What's up, guys? Vape and Gamer here. Alright, tonight, you saw my Facebook post earlier today. I told you I was going to be reviewing the Tesla 200 watt TC mod. It's a 200 watt temperature control mod from Tesla. I picked it up from my local vape shop, High Tide Vapes, here in Crescent City, California. I'll go ahead and throw a link down to them if you want to go check them out. Go ahead and like them on Facebook for me. You know, that's always a favor to support your local vape shop. So stay tuned after the cutscene. I'll show you the mod, I'll show you how it vapes in regular wattage mode, and I'll show you how it vapes in temperature mode. I'll tell you a little bit about it, so stay tuned. Alright guys, welcome back. Let's get right into it. We'll look at the box here real quick. Tesla did just come out with one of these a little while ago. It was a 160 mod. This is just kind of an improved version of that. It goes up to 200 watts as well. You know, you got your scratch off here on the back, tells you the color. And this one is in black. These are kind of pricey. They range from, you know, 90 to 110 bucks depending on where you pick one up. I actually got a good deal on it because I had store credit, but this does come with an awesome little box. It's got the suede interior to protect that mod. If you want to take it on the go, you can pop it right back in the box and it'll stay nice and protected. And here is the mod. You'll notice from the 160 they took off the Tesla logo here. The 510 thread sits flush instead of a little up, so your tank, there's no gap between your tanks or your RDAs. They do sit flush now. And instead of having the 160 here on the front, TC, it's all here on the front, the Tesla 200 watt TC. I got my old Mario Vape and Gamers sticker mod on this mod. So, I mean, the backside is basically this carbon fiber, but I got it go ahead and covered with that sticker. So that sticker normally is not there, and that is no longer their logo anymore. I just use it, so do keep that in mind. That is no longer logo for Vape and Gamers. They do have a new one, so I do want to throw that out. I'll go ahead and read the stats to you. Then I'll throw I got a temperature control Kanger OCC nickel coil that I'll show you. This is the Subtank Mini Plus, so I'll show you how this vapes in temperature mode with this, and then I'm going to go ahead and use my Troll RDA with this new carbon fiber drip tip I picked up today from my vape shop as well. Also got this RDA from the vape shop as well as this tank. So they're awesome, very awesome people in there. So shout out to Dave and Suzanne from High Tide Vapes. Any of you in the area, if you do watch my channel, I have a cloud competition here soon. So if you want to get in on that, I'll probably be down there. Definitely going to enter. I didn't enter the first one, but I probably will be entering this one. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so this does take two 18650 batteries, high drain batteries, none of that Duracell Energizer crap, so keep that in mind for all you newbies out there thinking about getting something like the Tesla 200 watt. Now this is kind of an advanced mod, it's not for beginners. Something like this, you're going to want to have been vaping for a while. If you do buy this as a beginner, please read everything you can and learn everything you can about it before you start getting into the temperature control. Be very careful with your builds on this. You do not want to build too low and blow yourself up. Make sure your batteries don't get too hot, etc., etc. We'll go over this in a second, but let's read the stats on it first. For those of you who are curious, alright, this does come in multiple colors. You'll see here on the front, it comes in a gray, silver, and then the black. They do have different colored carbon fiber as well. And it goes up to 200 watts. It's going to range from 7 watts to 200 watts. You can't go any lower than 7, and it goes up to 11 volts. The maximum output voltage is 11 volts, and the maximum output current is 36.5 amps. Alright, now the resistance for a regular Kanthal coil is going to range from 0.15 to 3 ohm, 3.5 ohm, and you can vape them from 7 to 200 watts, you know, in regular mode depending on your resistance level. And the nickel, it can read nickel from 0.08 to 1 ohm for nickel or titanium. And then the temperature is going to go from 200 degrees to 600 degrees, also in Celsius, 100 to 300 Celsius. It is aluminum and carbon fiber from materials, and it is brass plated. Alright, now getting into the mod itself. It is a very, very nice size box mod. It's very sleek looking. That carbon fiber really pops. It almost looks kind of 3D when you look at it. It's got that nice Tesla 200 watt TC logo right there on the front. I do like Tesla's logo. It just is cool looking. And if anybody knows Nikolai Tesla, the dude was just a badass genius when it comes to electricity. So, you know, his name on anything is badass. But Tesla is a front runner in the vape market. They do make great products. Alright, on the bottom you'll have your battery venting. On the back is just a plain carbon fiber. It won't have that sticker, so it'll just look like that without that logo. Your 510 spring loaded, and it's flush now. It doesn't protrude outward like the 160 did, so your tanks will sit flush now. The buttons are still rattly, which I don't like. I do not like rattly buttons, so Tesla, if you're watching, make sure you get rid of this button rattle. Use rubber buttons, use, you know, anything to stop that stupid rattle. Nobody wants to listen to that rattle. The power button does not rattle, but the plus and minus rattle. Same thing with the iStick 100. I don't like that rattle. So, you know, that's about the only thing I would improve on this mod is that stupid rattle, because it's a great mod. I mean, if you are looking to buy the one-stop mod for everything, this would be it, because it has removable batteries that you have to buy separately. It's, you know, it goes up to 200 watts, so it can go anywhere from a beginner to level all the way up to the most advanced user level you're going to get. It's got that temperature control, which everybody's getting into, so it's a big deal. Okay, and on the bottom here, it's going to have a little lip, and this is where you pull the door off. It's a magnetic little thing, and it holds two 18650s. And it does have one of these little pulley things to pull your batteries out. They pop right out there. It is a series box. It is not anything but it's just a plain old series box in there. Very basic. It's got your indicators for which way the battery goes. And the magnets on this door. Here's the back of the door. Very basic. And it just magnetizes to the 4 screws there. I'll go ahead and pop these batteries back in, and how you do that, just make sure this pulley is a little downward here, and make sure you're putting your batteries in the right direction. If you're not paying close enough attention, you'll put them in backwards and have to pop them out, like I do all the time, because I don't pay attention. Alright, and this just pops right back on there. So very simple to use, very foolproof when it's got the battery indicators. And functionality. See, look, that's also one thing I did notice. Sometimes you gotta rotate these batteries. Unless I just didn't put them in right. See, I did it right then and there. I didn't put it in right. Cause I'm a dirt. Okay. So now it's reading. Now it's working. See what I'm telling you? I say I do it sometimes, and I do it right here on video. I do it more often than not, actually. Alright, so very basic. Get this in front of the camera. Okay. So, I don't know if that's upside down for you. It is. So, it's locked. And from this point, you just click it 5 times to turn on. But what we're going to do, since I'm going to go ahead and throw this temperature control thing on here first, is I'm going to show you how to adjust the temperature. Now, when it's off, you just hold the plus and minus down at the same time, and it's going to say hold to adjust the temperature, and then we'll be able to adjust the temperature. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this tank on here with the temperature control coils at Sub Tank Mini Plus. So, you see here, you hold to change the temp, and now it is at 400 degree or 450. We're gonna just, I'll just go ahead and leave it there. We'll start at 450, and then I'll up it a little bit. Now it's set to 450. We hit 5 times to turn it on. It's gonna ask me if it's a new coil or an old coil. It is a new coil because I had the RDA on here before. So it's reading at 0.14, and the recommended wattage range on this coil is, see if I can get a gander at it here. It is 20 watts to 45 watts. So that's what we're going to want to make sure that it is set to, that we don't go over 45 watts. So we set our wattage to 45. That way it will not go over that wattage and burn your coil. Set to 450 degrees, and it's reading the resistance is a 0.14 ohm resistance. So here you go. Here's the Tesla 200 watt TC on the temperature mode with the Kanger Sub Tank Mini Plus with the nickel OCC coils. Here's the box they come in. If you are curious, you can also use nickel wire in the RBA section in this and still use this in temperature mode. So here you go, 450 degrees. I set the max wattage at 45 watts. So as you can see, very large vapor production. Flavor is great. I love temperature mode because the higher temperature you go, I think you get a little bit more flavor. That's just me, the way I like to vape it. I just seem to get more flavor at a higher temperature, so I'm going to go ahead and up this. And what you want to do is click the button 5 times, turn it off, get into temperature mode. And I'm going to go ahead and pop this up to 520 degrees because that seems to be where I like to vape my temperature coils, in the 500 to 550 range. It just gets more flavor for me if I'm at a higher temperature. Alright, so 520 degrees, 0.14 coil, 45 watts. Vapor still comes off nice and cool. I don't ever get a dry hit in temperature mode, which I love. It's just great. I really, really love temperature mode, and it seems to be the Subtank Mini. The original one, I like it a little bit better than this Plus. I don't know what it is about it. I was talking to someone at my vape shop today, Suzanne, and she thinks that maybe the airflow in this, it's a little bit smaller than the original Subtank. She may be right. She may be onto something there, but I'm going to play with them both a little bit more. Maybe, you know, and I'll let Kanger know. You know, I'll email them and let them know that there may be an issue with the new Subtank Mini Plus, that it's an airflow issue. But I'll go ahead and give you one more in temperature mode, then I'll throw an RDA on here and I'll show you how this vapes in normal wattage mode. Very tasty. I can't get over temperature mode. It's just so new and it still blows me away. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and throw this regular, so I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to screw on my Troll. And this RDA is awesome. I love it. I'm going to go ahead and drop some this Princess Peach from the Vape and Gamers E-Juice. I've tried that whole line so far, and this still is my favorite. I am going to be reviewing that whole line tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. And that giveaway is still open, guys. It's running until next Friday. I've only got honestly 10 entries. So enter that giveaway, guys. I've got 4 winners and I only got 10 entries. So you have a very, very, very good chance of winning, and you got till next Friday morning to enter, and I'm picking the 4 winners Friday evening. So make sure you enter that giveaway. Just look at my video section. You know, you win 3 30 milliliter bottles of this Vape and Gamers E-Juice, and I gotta tell you guys, it's one of the best lines of E-Juice I've tried. It's very great. There's 3 that I really like in there, and then the 3 I kind of don't really prefer, but I'm telling you guys, it's great juice. Alright, so I got my Troll nice and juiced up. I gotta go ahead, now that it's off, I gotta get it out of temperature mode. And how you want to do that is do the same way and just scroll all the way up to 600. And once you get to 600 and go up one more, it turns off. Very simple. And then you'll just turn it back on, and now you're in regular wattage mode. So I got a 0.35 dual coil in here. That Princess Peach. And I'm gonna go ahead and, oh, why is it still in temperature mode? Yeah, it's still in temperature mode. Alright, so now it's off, out of temperature mode. I'm gonna go ahead and give you one at 70 watts in regular mode. And as you can see here, that it says off there. That means the temperature mode is off. There we go, regular mode, 70 watts on the Troll RDA. I gotta tell you, this thing chucks it, you guys. This Tesla 200 watt temperature control mod is amazing. I really, if I wasn't a reviewer, I wouldn't even go anywhere else to look for another box mod, because this would be everything I needed. The only thing I don't like is that button rattle. You can't really get past the bulky size because you need the two 18650s. It does fit nicely in your hand, but it will be bulky. Plus throwing a tank on here if you're on the go. I don't really take drippers on the go very often. I'm more of a tank guy when it's on the go. I usually only drip when I'm at home, or I'm not going out for very long. But, you know, for me, this is something I'll use at home most of the time. I'll usually vape this at home. It's just too big and too bulky for me to throw into my pocket. I take it with me sometimes, but it is kind of, I really have to, you know, take care of it. Like, you know, with these things, you really got to treat them nice or they'll break, and it's very valuable. So, you know, treat your shit nicely if you want it to last. Just an FYI. But I'll go ahead and give you another one here. As you can see, this thing just packs a punch. It's got power, power, power. When I'm vaping this thing at a high wattage, like 70, 80 watts, the batteries last maybe an hour if I'm lucky, and then it's back to the charger. I pop in a fresh set of batteries. So really, it's not really of a on-the-go type vape, but if you're looking for huge clouds with great flavor, you know, around the house, it's great. I love it. So I definitely would recommend it. The only one thing I would change is that rattle with these buttons. But other than that, the thing is almost perfect. The venting is great. This never is overheated on me. And the only other feature I know of is that if you push these buttons here at the same time when it's on, it'll flip the screen upside down. So if you're left or right-handed. But other than that, there's really... you can power lock it too. If you hold the power button and the minus button, it'll lock it, power lock it, so you can't fire it in your pocket. I think that's what it does. If not, someone correct me down in the comments. But great mod, you guys. For the money, it's definitely worth it. I'll go ahead and throw a link down here in the description box to where you can go check this out. I picked it up on my local vape shop, so I'll go ahead and throw a link down there as well to where you can get one of these. You know, definitely a winner, Tesla. You're doing a great job. You're doing great things. I wouldn't really change anything about this mod other than, you know, that button rattle. Other than that, this is pretty much a winner in my book, and definitely worth the money. You know, if you were going to buy one box and not have to upgrade, this would be one of those boxes. Something that's going to be good for a beginner and something that's going to be good for an advanced user. I wouldn't recommend this to beginners because it is very spendy, and if someone not really going to stick with vaping, then they spend a lot of money for nothing. But if you are a new vapor looking to upgrade to your first box mod so you won't have to buy another box mod in the future, this would be definitely one of those mods, you know, something with a high wattage and a temperature control like the ciggarette that are coming out, the smoke cubes, you know, all the mods, Spire's coming out with a temperature control mod, I think. So, you know, if you're getting into the temperature control mods with high wattages, you're really going to be set for a long time, because I think that's where it's going. All the new mods for the next couple years are going to be temperature control until they come up with something else. So right here, if you're not looking to buy a new mod for another couple years, this is definitely something you're going to want to check out. So I'll give you one more for the road on the Tesla 200 watt TC mod. Look for my juice review with the Vaping Gamers e-juice line tomorrow. I'm going to review the whole line tomorrow, let you know what I think of each individual flavor, and I'll go ahead and vape each individual flavor for you on video. That way I can tell you what I get when I inhale and exhale. Enter that giveaway. Vaping 101 video coming this weekend. It's going to be about battery safety, so stay tuned for that. Alright guys, one more for the road, and I'm out of here. Enter that giveaway.